Hi everybody, how are you doing? This is Pam Hill and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I'm going to bring you my third YouTube video. And I like to share Stampin' Up products with everyone that's going to watch this video. I've been a stamper for over 20 years. I've been with Stampin' Up multiple years. I've always used their products for the most part, and today I'm going to talk to you and demonstrate the Stamperatus. The Stamperatus is a stamp positioner, basically. It's made by Stampin' Up, and this is what it looks like, basically. It's a plate where you can position a stamp and hold it in that position so that you can stamp over and over again, so that you have the detail and it can be in the same place every time you stamp it. A lot of times I've seen this technique used for invitations, because you can place the image on the acrylic page and stamp it multiple times so that you can have it in the same place every time and make multiple items over and over again. I use it a little bit differently, and that's what I'm going to show you today. It's a positioner where I will stamp an image onto a piece of paper, and I like to use watercolor pencils and color it in, and then you're going to stamp it again at the end to show a detail. It looks like a professional detail to your image. So let's get started. I'm going to move this down a little bit so you can see the image. Bear with me here. There we go. So this is the what the Stamperatus looks like. It has two plates on it. One goes sideways, and then there's another one that goes on the top, so that you can use it multiple ways. You can stamp multiple images onto your cardstock and always have them in the same position. So today I'm going to show you the image. This is the image that we're going to use. It's from the set Forever Blossoms, made by Stampin' Up. I'll show that to you. It has different images on it, as well as words. At the end of the video, I'll be able to list the item number. If you're interested in purchasing any of these products, you can go to my website, which I will also put a link there if you're interested in purchasing any of these items. Okay? So this is the image we're going to use, the large flower. And the first thing you're going to do when you start out is you're going to place it on your cardstock where you want the image to be. So I'm just for demonstration purposes, I'm using a basic 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock. So I've positioned it on the cardstock where I want it to be, and then I'm going to close the lid and press down, and that's going to stick to this acrylic plate. So that's the first thing you're going to do, is you're going to position your image on the acrylic plate. The next thing you're going to do is stamp it down on your paper. So I'm just going to ink it up, and I'm using Early Espresso. It's the color. You can use whatever color you like. Want to make sure that you get the whole image inked up. But when you're using a stamp positioner, you can ink it over and over again, and it's going to be in the same place. So I've inked it up with the Early Espresso ink, and now I'm just pressing it down so that we have the image. You can see the image and how it looks on the paper. And then I'm going to color it in, basically. And when you can use any kind of color material that you want. You can use pencils, which is what I'm going to use. These are watercolor pencils, so that they're made by Stampin Up. And basically there's 10 different colors in there. There's different groups of colors that you can purchase. And I'll also put that information on there. But these are pencils that you color in with, and then you brush it slightly with a watercolor product. You can use a brush with water. There's also these aqua painters that you can purchase from Stampin' Up. It has a little area here where you can put water in it. And then when you brush it over your colored image, it watercolors it. So it's real pretty. So I'm going to start out, and the thing about using the Stamperatus and the image is it's easy. You just color it in the way you want it. It doesn't have to be precise, because you're going to stamp it again over the top with your color to add the extra pop of detail. So I'm just going to color this in. And when I'm doing the watercolor, basically I just like to do the outside edges with the color that I like. And then when you're using your watercolor, your water to blend it in, it's going to make it look more like an artistic watercolor piece. So I'm just coloring that in. And that color was forest foliage. I'm going to use the pink to color in my flowers. This is Flirty Flamingo. I will go ahead and put in all of the colors that I used if you're interested again, so you don't have to try and remember the colors that I'm using, basically. So I'm just going to just color it in. It doesn't have to be precise. I'm just, when I use the watercolor product, I'm basically trying to stay to the outer edges of the image, so that when I watercolor over it with the aqua painter is what it's called, you bring that color to the center with the brush that you use with water. And again, see how I'm doing this? It doesn't have to be precise. And I'm going to color in the inside a little bit darker, and see how I'm doing that. So that it looks, you'll be really surprised when you see the end result. So this is how it looks before I watercolor it, before I put the aqua painter on there. And this is the aqua painter. It's basically, it's like a fountain pen, has a little well in the bottom so that you can color in your design. And basically, you're just going to gently rub the watercolor brush over the top. It doesn't have to be precise. Oops. Just swirl it around a little bit to see how I'm doing that. You can see how I did that. You're going to give it a minute to dry. The water in there was a little bit generous. And then you're going to re-ink your image, You can see how it looks before. Then you're just going to take the ink and press it over the top again, basically. And you can see that image, how it looks afterwards. And I've used early espresso for the color, the basic color. And here is another image that I did using this technique. Took a little bit longer, but I colored it in, stamped it, colored it in, and then stamped it again. And this is with black ink, so you can see the difference in the detail. If you have any questions about any of the techniques that I've done here today, you can send me a message through the YouTube video that I post. I will also put in links to Stampin' Up. You can go to my website, pamhill.stampinup.net, and you can purchase these products online. So thank you for watching my video today, and happy stamping! I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.